Apple's iPhones assembled in India are currently exempt from the 25% tariff imposed by President Donald Trump on imports from India, providing a significant reprieve for the tech giant as it expands production outside China. The exemption is temporary but crucial, allowing Apple to continue exporting Indian-made iPhones to the United States without the added cost of tariffs. The underpinnings of this situation lies in the Trump administration's broader trade policy, which in 2025 introduced a 25% tariff on many imports from India as part of a strategy to address trade imbalances and protect American industries. However, in April 2025, the administration explicitly exempted certain categories of electronics, including smartphones and computers, from these reciprocal tariffs. This carve-out was designed to shield key technology companies like Apple and Nvidia, whose products are largely not manufactured domestically in the US, from sudden cost increases. India has become a major hub for Apple's iPhone production, now accounting for over 20% of global output. In fact, India has surpassed China as the leading supplier of iPhones to the American market. According to customs data accessed by news agency Reuters, iPhones worth $3.2 billion were exported from India by Foxconn between March and May 2025, with an average of 97% heading to the US market. This shift is part of Apple's strategic move to diversify its supply chain away from China, especially following the disruptions caused by the COVID-19 pandemic and ongoing geopolitical tensions. The exemptions from tariffs on Indian-made iPhones is currently maintained because the US Commerce Department is conducting investigations under Section 232 of the Trade Expansion Act. These investigations focus on sectors considered vital to national security, such as semiconductors. Until these probes conclude, the tariffs on smartphone exports from India remain suspended. This means Apple can continue to export iPhones assembled in India to the US without the 25% tariff, keeping prices competitive and supporting its supply chain diversification. However, this exemption is not guaranteed to last indefinitely. The ongoing investigations may lead to the imposition of tariffs on a broader range of foreign-made products, including electronics. If the exemption is removed, Apple could face higher costs on Indian-assembled iPhones, potentially making them less competitive compared to devices manufactured in countries like Vietnam or China. This would complicate Apple's efforts to reduce reliance on China and could impact the pricing and availability of iPhones in the US market. This exemption supports Apple's growing manufacturing presence in India and aligns with US trade investigations still underway. The situation still remains fluid, with potential tariff changes looming depending on the outcome of the national security reviews. For more news and updates, keep watching Live Mint.